her mother even told her, them Johnsons marry fast. They don't waste no time. Well, I had in my mind that I was not there to play the field. I was there to find someone. And I met her. We went out and dated, and it wasn't long.
All right, we are here with Pastor Willie Johnson and Mrs. Helen Johnson. And so we want to discuss today you all's lives, how you've grown together as a married couple, the life of pastoring a church, and the different things that you all have been dealing with and working through during the COVID-19 pandemic, especially as it relates to being a pastor of a church. So the first thing we'll ask you, Pastor Johnson, is tell us about your upbringing here in Person County.
Okay, I'm one of three children of Willie and Lottie Blackwell Johnson. We were raised right in the center of town, right between Hill Street and Trotter Street, and we went to First Baptist Church, where Hester Whittington Day is currently, and before they moved out to their current location. So we've been right in the center of everything right here in town. I was raised by a self-employed man. He had a dry cleaner. My father had a dry cleaner. So about 15 and a half, 16, I went looking for a job, and I started working at TG&Y, department store. And I worked there for a number of years, 10, maybe longer, and longer than that. But I remember buying my first car there. Started working, I told you $3.65. No, I started at $1.65 an hour, and earned enough money to get my first car. Stayed with them, and worked my way up to be a manager of a store. We moved, I met Helen through a mutual acquaintance, a distant cousin of ours who wanted us to meet. She invited me to her husband's birthday party, where she had arranged for Helen to be there. And we met, and in March, I think it was, and we were married by October. And soon after that, the store that I worked with had a vacancy in Taylorsville, North Carolina. So they transferred me to Taylorsville to be a manager there. I was a manager there for a year. I soon left and took a job with FedEx, and was with FedEx for 28 years. And while I was with FedEx, I felt a call by the Lord to go into ministry. And we had moved back home, back to Roxborough, and I was attending First Baptist Church. And at the time, the pastor was looking at the young men in the church to make deacons. And he called me as one to question me about being a deacon, and I turned it down. I said, I don't think that's the call. And so I told him, I think I'm supposed to be preaching. And went into the ministry. And we together I started studying through Reverend Fowles, and eventually we landed the church at Siloam, and we've been there for 13 years now. Mm-hmm. But the amazing thing was that the courtship between me and Helen was like from March to October. And it wasn't long, I'm like,
I need to go.
You want to say something?
No, go ahead. Just
So we got married, and we've been together for
It'll be
40.
44 years.
44 years.
This October 1st.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a growing experience each day, you know. And it seems to me that we get more alike, you know. Sometimes something might happen and all I have to do is look at her. And
I'll tell him I know what you're thinking.
you know, and sometimes I don't have to say something and she's like, you know, and I'm like, you know, that's, don't say anything, you know, but you have good days, bad days. But the thing is, you got to learn that you're not in it just for yourself, that you're in this as a partnership and you share. You go through good times and bad times. I've lost mother and father. She's lost her father and brother. And we go through those times together, you know. And the thing is, we go together, but we go together with God. Because if it wasn't for God in the middle of it, we wouldn't stay together, you know. But because we love God and we love each other, we're able to go through so many difficulties. And I think in life that, you know, the scripture talks about in all things give praise. And some people don't understand that. How can I go through pain and still praise? Because I know he's still with me, you know, and that he'll be with me to the very end.